Hey, mic check, mic check. Hey, mic check, mic check. Okay, the other day when I streamed, I had like about like a 3 second delay. I've got about a 10-second delay. Okay, the other day when I streamed, I had like okay. The song I'm going to be doing tonight, I'm actually going to do it, but this is one that I'm going to do again later because I really don't envision that I'm going to actually have a lot of. Okay, I'm having some network issues. Give me a sec. Stream still looks like it's doing okay. Okay. Every now and then, there's one device on the network which seems to be fucking everything up, and if I just put it on a little pause and restart it, whatever's going on, there's certain things that happen on the network which have fucked up other things on the network. Yeah, as soon as I turn it back on, so it's acting up again. I really don't want to be a dick, but if you got one person that's fucking up the network, as far as I'm concerned, it don't need to be on the network. The song that I'm going to be doing tonight is Garth Brooks. As long as the network is okay on the tablet, I guess I won't worry about it. But Okay, let's try that. Yeah, song I'll be doing tonight is I'm gonna run with it as long as it. I usually don't stream this late. He should be fucking asleep anyways. But song I'll be doing tonight is Garth Brooks' "Thunder Rolls," and I'll be doing it later because, like I said, I'm not envisioning there's going to be a lot of people on tonight's stream anyways. Maybe I'll be wrong. Down in the morning, not a soul in sight. The city's looking like a ghost town on a summer night. Drops in the windshield, on rain in. Since I've been back from somewhere she never should have been. Rolls and thunder rolls. Every light is burning, a house across town. There's a telephone, painted vinyl gown. Think for a miracle, hoping she's not right. Praying it's the weather, kept him out all night. Thunder rolls and thunder rolls. Thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Thunder rolls on a timeless night. Thunder rolls on, uncontrolled. And heart is thunder rolls. Now the window pulls into the drive, rushes out to hold him, thankful he's alive. But on the wind and rain, just blows. Then flashes in her eyes, knows what she knows, and the thunder rolls, and the thunder rolls like. Okay, I'll be starting up in just a second. Let's get this kicked over to the gaming screen. Okay, what I'm going to do is Okay. Oh, my, hopefully it's gonna be better. I went and reset the fucking network. All right, I'm flying blind. I don't have a network to watch. Yeah, the computer and the Xbox I have to plug directly in. The Wi-Fi won't cut it, but the Wi-Fi was acting up. The network was acting up, so I went and rebooted the actual Wi-Fi. So hopefully it'll be better when it reboots. But as soon as it does, I should be able to watch the stream again. It's telling me the stream has ended. Yeah, it said it can take up to 5 or 10 minutes for the network to restart. I was actually doing this before. Oh shit! Usually, where there's one, there's more. I don't see him. Okay. I don't know if we'll need them again, but I do not want these villagers dying. Oh, the cat, I think, just left me a little present in the box. Yeah, according to the computer, I'm still going, but I don't think I'm hooked up to the. Yeah, network still isn't back on. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is a tricky thing. Doing the best we can. Yeah, that's what I was doing before. I had to do some maintenance on the computer earlier, and it got fixed. I could have maybe streamed, but it would have been like a half hour late, roughly. And I figured I'd do all the checks and make sure it was tip top, and then just either do a late one tonight or record something tonight and do a replay of it tomorrow on Twitch. And I'm still awake, so I'm gonna try it here. I'll go as long as I can, and then who knows? Maybe I'll find more people that want to watch it this time of night. Yeah, this has happened before, and I got tired of listening to the bullshit on it, and so I ended up putting this Google Wi-Fi, which I can track some of it. I need to figure out whatever is running that is screwing up the network and just have Google block it because there's something I get it occasionally where TVs that are hooked up to Wi-Fi will, and this is the weird thing. This is what's really goofy about it. The TV will be streaming something off of YouTube or Roku or something like that, and it'll tell me it's not connected to the internet. And what's funny is it'll do it and do it and do it. And if I reset the Wi Fi or if I shut certain devices off, the problem goes away. I usually don't even have to reset the Wi Fi. If I just turn a device off, the problem goes away. there's something running on that device that's fucking up the network. And the person has been warned multiple times for over a fucking year that whatever bullshit they're doing needs to stop. And I don't know what to tell them, but it's like they can't keep fucking it up for everybody. Whatever it is needs to stop. And that's their responsibility, not mine. And if I have to, I'll just start disabling the affected device when I'm trying to be on, because this is actually important. And if they're going to fuck up the network so it doesn't want to work right, well, then they're going to have to be, given a timeout while shit's going on until they actually fix their bullshit. Hey, for anybody, oh, I don't know if I can get on yet. And we might be back. And we are back. I am up and running. Well, the nice thing is for anybody, because usually get more people that check this out later. If you're watching this later, this is the Discord for. It's kind of the back end for the server I'm playing on. This is not an Xbox or a PC game or any other device where you can just get an invite. This is an actual server. It's Bedrock. The Mojang has released the Bedrock dedicated server. It's my understanding is they have one for Java. It works a lot better. This server actually doesn't work too bad. Like if you follow the Truly Bedrock guys, this is the software. This server setup is the one that they are running their server on. The big thing is because it's still like I think they call it an alpha. It's not even in the beta stage. There is literally almost no graphical user interface for this. Now, if you follow Foxy No Tail, if you're playing Bedrock, unless you are really hung up on getting trophies, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a little OCD on that. I like doing the trophies. I like completing the trophies. I like checking them off the list, dotting I's, crossing T's, whatever you want to call it. But if you run his add-ons, it disables the achievements. If you're on PlayStation, I think they're called trophies. It disables them. That I don't like. But if you are playing on a multiplayer server with other people, uh, some of the other stuff is fun, but I would say his one person sleep is absolutely essential. Um, I cannot tell you how nice it is that anytime you sleep, whether you're alone or with others, that it sleeps is really nice. It is really, really nice to have that ability to just, not have to wait till 80 fucking people in the Bolivian army all go to sleep before it'll actually sleep. It's really nice that regardless of how many people on or what everybody's doing, because if you're playing the game, and I can't remember when this happened, because I don't believe it used to be. I could be wrong on this. Um, but when you were in the end or the nether, it started automatically kicking over. Like if you were not in the overworld and somebody tried to sleep, you were not counted among the ones that had to get to a bed. And I don't think that was originally Minecraft. I could be wrong because because there were times where I was in the Nether or I was in the end, and I would have somebody posting on the chat, "Hey, everybody needs to get to a bed. Sleep, please." And I'm just like, if I go to sleep, the fucking thing's gonna blow up. Yep. And now all of a sudden, the fucking internet is acting up again, and I don't know if I'm dropping. Yeah, I'm dropping frames again. I'm gonna give you my Twitter address. Please follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna have to reset the network again, so I won't be able to monitor this on my tablet. Hey, it's resetting, and yeah, everything's coming back to good over here. Yeah, so I'll keep. It's hard for me to do this because I'm not monitoring. Um, that's all I can do though when the network's acting up and I need to restart the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's amazing though. As soon as like the Wi-Fi kicks off and whatever's on it, not a problem. But one thing I did forget to do before I started up, and I was gonna do it, I was gonna check and see if there's any new updates to install. But yeah, if you're someone that does, because that's the thing, the Twitch is really fucking horrible at letting you know. Like, there's been times where I've actually had 4 or 5 people chatting in here, and it'll still tell me that I got 3 viewers. And the server might be getting ready to disconnect me again. I'm not entirely sure. That happened last night. That's why I really wasn't prepared, either recorded or otherwise, because yesterday Biker that was his day to stream. I did an early stream where I was doing Minecraft Dungeons, and I did that yesterday in the afternoon. And the server kicked me off. I was AFK. I needed a nap. I got kind of lightheaded while I was doing that, and I was AFK. And I was actually going to get some stuff done last night, and then it kicked me off. I couldn't get back on the server, but BC didn't say anything was wrong, and Biker couldn't get on, and one of the other people that we play with, he couldn't get on either. Biker was asking, "Is my computer screwed up again, or is the server down?" Because I can't get on. I told him, I go, I got disconnected, and I got disconnected, and I can't get back on. And Biker never said anything. I'm not even sure he was aware it was down. And then what happened was I could get on later last night, but then it was like around this time, and I was just so fucking tired. I'm like, I'll get on an AFK for a little bit, but I'm not going to get anything done. Because there was some stuff I was going to do in preparation for tonight's stream, and then I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Normally, I would just, seriously, normally what I would do right now is just reboot the computer, reboot the modem, and if this is actually coming from the server. That's what I'm thinking. There might be a problem. Like this might be when Biker's trying to update. I'm not getting any messages from the server. This might be when the server is trying to update. I might need to get off and kill the stream early. Yeah, I'm not going to try and get back on later. I'm going to finish digging this shit up, and then I'm going to get off the server. It doesn't clear up by the time I get done with this, because it's getting laggy. Blocks are coming back, and I'm pretty sure this is not on my end. I caffeined up so I could stay awake too. You know? That's great. I really don't like missing streams, especially when my health is like I've had to cancel streams because I'm not feeling it. If that's the case, there's nothing I can do about that. But I just got this computer set up. It was working good, and it seems like it's going to shit ever since this recent update. I did what I could to fix it. Yeah, I'm dropping like 17% of my frames. I'm always getting some yellow. I'm going to have to do a Google search and see if there's anything I should be adding to that Google filter that's not included by default. They switched it over to Google Home, which I was glad because there's one less thing I had to run on the tablet, which is always bitching about not having enough space. Okay, this isn't downloading anything. That happened last night when I got done. There were like about nine programs that wanted to update. This thing's acting like something's, like I said, it could be on the server end. It could absolutely be on the, like I said, I got disconnected last night. There might be, I don't know if there's wildfire. The servers, I think, is located in Arizona. That's where the guy who's hosting it lives. And it could be that that's where the problem is. I don't know. But yeah, I don't. Okay, the network's good. There might be something going on with Windows. Maybe Windows is trying to download an update, but it's like it shut off when I would turn the Wi-Fi off, and as soon as the Wi-Fi came back on, it would start up again. Well, as long as it's gonna work, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the plans I had. Uh, this is like a poor man's pickle farm here. It's nothing fancy, but if I needed a lot of them, Silent Whisper's got a really good pickle farm. I would call it an industrial pickle farm, and I just don't need that much. Now this thing here, I have to be honest for it with you. This is way more of a bee farm than I need. It's absolutely way more of a bee farm than I need. And I really don't have a lot, but I built this on a friend's game. He's not able to play anymore. And when I built it, I wasn't happy with it. And I figured, well, I could probably build a better one. And so okay, I don't have that one set up. Um, I always thought of a better way to build it. And so when I got here, I decided to give it a shot. I decided to try it. And it does. It works as well. It works better than I thought it would. So I have like just way too much honey and crap. Okay, everybody, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut everything off. What I might do is I'm going to try one other thing. Hang on. Okay, let's see if that's any better. I was going to shut the computer off. It might be the computer that's doing this now. I don't know. I've shut almost. There's only one device left, so if it isn't that, then it's the computer. But I've shut off everything, and I made my tablet the priority device, hopefully choking off the other one on the Wi-Fi that's fucking things up.
Press key, return, or controller D-pad right to open chat.
Yeah, it's dropping a little bit here and there. There ain't a whole lot I can do about it right now. I'm not sure what's causing it. I'm reasonably sure, but since I was just having problems with the computer, maybe it's the computer, and I really don't want to cut someone out of the network. It's not them. This is what I wanted. This is why I was running it. I wanted the glowstone. I got uses for the other stuff. Pixel Pizza on the server. I just usually call him Pizza or Pixel. He's the one that dug this out when I first started playing. And this is what I'm using the honey. I actually needed a use for it, and they made this the gold hallway in the Nether hub. And I did a TikTok video where I was cruising along on this, and I think it's because, like I said, I think there's some lag on the server from the server end. Either that or it's in between me and the server. I don't know how you want to put it. But I have not. That's why I started lighting this up, because when cat's back scratching away at the litter box. But when I came down here in that video, you get that nether fog really bad. And then except for where it was lit up, and I haven't lit up very much of it at that point. And so I've been making a push to do this since I got the nether tree farms and I can actually get access to this stuff. And those nether tree farms are kind of a work in progress, and I don't know that they're ever going to get done right. I took Silent Whispers nether tree farm, and then what I did was he uses a gas cannon, and I don't want to mess with him. There's a guy that plays, and he hasn't been active in a while, but there's a guy that plays on the server that is way better at it than me, and he actually built one of those. And it kept breaking on him. I think it's because he didn't have a shut off for it, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. And his kept breaking, and I'm like, you know what? A lot of times I don't feel good. If I do spend some time building something, I'd like to be reasonably sure that it's going to work. That's why the recent news that they had this week about the recent news they had about Mojang deciding to put off some of the Caves and Cliff update because they didn't think it would be ready. It's like, you know what? I wholeheartedly support that. I am tired of their updates breaking shit that's already built, already working, and then making me have to rebuild it. I am fully supportive of waiting until something's ready. You know, I mean, if this game didn't have a lot of shit in it, it'd be one thing. But it's like, this is the thing, and I actually got some likes on it. But this is something I said on a couple tweets that were talking about it. That there were people, and somebody made a comment. They go, "Java people, um, we're gonna have to push back the update because it's not ready. Java players, no big deal. Bedrock players acting like the world is gonna end, like a giant meteorite was gonna come and destroy the planet or what." And there was a lot of that going around. And my thing is like, hey, look, there is a shitload of features on this thing. This is a good game to play. By all means, please quit adding shit to the game until it works. I can absolutely get behind that. Every day of the week and twice on Sunday, I can jump on that bandwagon. Yeah, I haven't had this in a while. I think this is the network between me and the server doing this. Because once I lit it up, this shit quit happening. Either that or it's just, it might be because I turned off clouds. Maybe, did I turn clouds back on? Hang on. I was messing around with the settings yesterday. Basically, I wanted to turn particles up. Nope, render clouds isn't on. It used to be you could set how far the particles and stuff were, and I'm not finding that. If it is, I'm not sure where to look for it now. But you used to be able to turn those on and off. I'm not going to do it tonight, probably. The other thing that would be causing this is like I had to do this on the other computer. Usually I'm used to that other one. And when I switched over to this one, I usually would turn the computer on and let it start up and run for a little. I had to on the other one. That thing, even when I did that, I would start it up a couple hours before. Usually the first 20, 30 minutes of the stream were a lot more jittery than later in the stream. And so I was doing that. It might be because I just literally turned this one on right before I decided to get on. I went downstairs and didn't feel like coming up for a few minutes, but I didn't let this thing, and that could be another reason why it's doing it. But I do apologize. It was working better. I did not have any problems with this until this recent Windows update. And I'm afraid that there might be another one to download, and that's why this is doing it. I'll be back in a minute. In the Nether. I'm still here.
Press T, return, or controller D-pad right to open chat.
There's, I think it's Pixel. I think he's the one. He's some of them have been coming back. I think the school year's almost up, and they weren't here most of the winter. And this is what don't make any sense. Wintertime, it's not as much unless they're skiing, and maybe that's it. But wintertime, for me, it's usually not as much fun to be outside because it's cold. And so you think wintertime would be more, hey, and then when, we were kids, summertime, I think our parents didn't really want us inside. But summertime came, we spent a lot of time outside. And here, a lot of them, now that the weather's getting nicer, they are spending more time on this. I don't completely understand it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see what's running on this computer and see if there's something I can disable.
Press T, return, or controller D-pad.
I want to see what's actually running right now. Okay, it says I got two versions of the Xbox Companion running. There's something called a runtime broker, but it's not taking up that. Most of it's OBS. Okay, there isn't anything to really shut off. I'm not going to do it now, but I think I might need to go into the antivirus and tell it to quit scanning. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. I went in and made sure that the thing that scans for ransomware is just basically leaving OBS alone. I need to go in and do it. I think with uh, Xbox Companion too. I don't know if that's helping or not. Let's hope. Okay. This is the other thing I was going to do tonight. To me, this is the best way. One of the other guys on the server, he has like a pretty complex one, and what it is, he's got one where you move. It's either a gold block or it's one of those gold nether blocks, the raw nether ore, but gold, and you move it around. And what happens is it makes these guys just, for lack of a better term, I'm going to say it makes them horny. And what happens is, I've seen it where you can actually plug up your hoppers, and it cannot gather the stuff fast enough. I've just got 10 guys in there. I put 10 of them in there. It isn't quite as fast, but it doesn't overload the hoppers, and you can actually get everything that you are trading with. It seems to be working acceptable. I think in the future I'm going to see if I can record, and then that way, if this is fucked up, I can at least put a clean version up on YouTube. I don't think it matters now because I'm already an hour into the stream, but yeah, this thing is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that in the future. See if this thing will actually record while it's doing that. But I needed to trade with these guys. I basically went to the shops. I've got a gold farm, such as it is. It's not real fancy. It isn't one of those zero tick ones where I might add that later, but right now it doesn't. The portals are just active, and I'm getting a little bit from it. And I get gold from my zombie farm. I turn them into drowned, and they currently drop gold, but I'm not getting a lot of it. And Biker's got like a really good gold farm, and he AFKs at it a bit. So I just went and bought him out at the shops. Well, apparently streaming later at night doesn't. I'll see later if anybody dropped in and maybe didn't stay, but I'm not seeing anybody join, even for a bit. And so this doesn't appear to be a great time to stream either. I was kind of hoping maybe it wasn't just me, that maybe there was, maybe I just needed to. That still might be a thing. I might need to find a better time to stream. But this was another thing I needed to do, was to get. When I get done with the stream, I am going to go ahead and reboot the modem. I got to look at some other options because I can't, I'm not 100% sure tonight. I want to make sure the computer's right before I go blaming somebody, but I got a feeling somebody's fucking up the network again. But this thing, the main thing I need from here is the Blackstone. That's mostly what I need from this here. And I've got the stuff to do it. I need to basically add a sorting system to this. I'm either going to have to dig down a lot deeper than I want to, or I'm going to have to use a hopper vader and lift everything up. But I need to actually put a sorting system in here. I wasn't worried about it, but now that they're delaying the caves and cliffs, because that, unless they've changed their mind, that was going to be the deciding factor for the server. When they got to the caves and cliffs, because of the caves and cliffs, the increased height and the increased depth level in the Y level, they were going to restart the server and start over from scratch. Well, if that's the case, that won't happen until Christmas time. So I might actually put a little more time into this. Okay, they're done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go drop these off. Just the storage isn't quite the way it should be for this, and it is what it is. Um, since this looks like it's back to being green again. I don't think it was me, but it might be the computer, because like I said, I normally turn this on and let everything warm up. Well, this thing just barely got done, and I think it was maybe like 20 minutes. And I'm not even sure I had it started up properly then. But the funny thing is, uh, I've streamed on this and everything was good, and then about an hour into the stream, it would start doing this. That's why I really don't think it's me. I think it's somebody else. And what it might be is somebody might have their phone set up to download updates and shit at a certain time, and if that's the case, they need to set a certain time, because like I said, I'd be streaming at 8 o'clock, and then sometime after 9 o'clock, all hell would break loose on the server. Well, now they're, and if they've got stuff downloading at 3 in the morning, 4 in the, hey, that's a great time to be doing it, because I'm usually not streaming at that time. I'm basically just doing a bunch of busy work. Ooh, no, 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 do not, do not. Oh, and this is the thing, and I might have been a little bit out of it. Like I said, I got health issues. Yeah, now we're back to somebody's fucking around. It isn't me, or it wouldn't have quit doing it. On a normal circumstances, I would just let them know, hey, look, whatever you're doing, you got to quit. But the thing is, I told them for over a fucking year, and all they did was whine. And they'd come up and they'd be like, "Oh, you need to do this because my phone ain't working." It's like, well, the problem's your phone. Every other device is working just fine. You know, every other device can. Because he's like, "Well, my device ain't hitting the internet." And it's like, well, every other device in here is. And eventually, what I ended up doing is I just ended up fixing it so he couldn't get on the network. And guess what? There were no problems. Once he was cut off the network, I didn't get any more of this bullshit on my TV where it was streaming. I was watching I was watching like a YouTube, or I was watching Roku or something like that, and it would be fine. I mean, it was streaming. There were no problems. There's no hiccups, no delay. But it would tell me my device wasn't connected to the internet. Well, as soon as I shut his off, disconnected from the network, uh, all that shit went away. I had no more problems, and then as soon as he'd get back on, usually within a day or two, it'd start fucking up again. You know, because the worst thing is he'd come up to me like, well, I can't get on the internet. You need to reset the Wi-Fi, reset the modem. And I'm like, dude, it just reset. Whatever he was doing, this is before he's in basically net nanny on my Wi-Fi or the Google Wi-Fi, but he's in the net nanny, so there's certain things he can't do, and I think he's come to accept it. But before that, whatever he was doing on his phone, it was causing the modem to reset on its own, and and I had certain things that I had done for my benefit on the network, and I undid them. And what happened was, uh, I can put it over here. What in the fuck? This fucking moron. This happened before. This is like something new since the update. If I kill this guy, I gotta fuck with all the. There we go. He somehow gets out of here. I don't understand how he gets out of his. This happened once before. I'm gonna wall these guys off so they can't get. I'm gonna wall these guys off so they can't get out. That happened once before over here. I think I'm gonna put glass around him. That happened to one of. It was the same dude. I don't know what's wrong with him, but that I don't think started until this last update. I've had those guys here for quite a while, and it's been fine. This is another thing that I kind of wanted to do, and now that the ants added the delay, I think I'm gonna do it. I wanted to build like actual potion brewing stations that would be a little more fancy than what I got here. That guy was pissing me off, and normally I just whack him with the fucking flaming sword, but if I do that, I got, every asshole and his cousin Gollum is going to be putting me on a kill on sight list, which I really don't want right now. That did not happen until this new update. I will tell you that. Okay, now I'll just get a little fence post and a gate, and we'll see if that locks those guys in. Let's see if that locks in the freshness. Oh, another thing I'll warn you about is I think there's an issue with the lighting, and I can't say that it wasn't a problem before. I think it was, but I AFK'd in here, and this whole area is lit up exquisitely. Nothing should be able to spawn in here. I've gone to great pains to light up the tops of these structures. There's lights all over the floor. You just should not have anything spawning in here whatsoever. And I wasn't feeling good. And I can't remember if I fell asleep up here or if I went downstairs and did not. I can't remember if I went downstairs and just didn't feel like climbing the stairs. But a creeper blew me up here. Didn't kill any of the villagers, but it took out two of the trading stations, took this shit out, and put a big crater here that I filled in. I cannot begin to explain where it could have spawned from. And the funny thing is, if stuff was able to spawn in here, like those villagers over there, these villagers here should have had a zombie kill them by now. And that's not going on. So I don't know. I really don't know what the hell that is. Cannot begin to tell you what's wrong with that. Well, at least I know going forward that I need to see if I can record while I stream and see if it'll tolerate that. It should be, because the CPU is only taxing on this one about 20%. And then that way, if the stream isn't good, it'll be recorded, and I'll just be able to dump the clean copy on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna try that going forward. See if the system will handle it. But yeah, this is the thing that I'm working on. Is I have not everything, but I've got a pretty good start on the ziggurat. I still haven't. The only reason I'm not doing the base is I still don't know what I want to do there. I got some ideas, but until they materialize into something solid, I don't want to start it because I don't want to build it and then have to tear it down. And I have an idea what I want to do up here. I got to look at some stuff, and that's what I was going to do. I want to do it off stream where I have an idea what I'm going to build. I did this with the ziggurat. I'd like build part of a section, and then if I was going to build it on stream, I didn't have to waste all this time hemming and hawing and tearing stuff down, and I could just finish building it once I had part of it started. And that's what I need to do. But there's going to be, if you ever saw Stargate SG-1, it's going to be like a gold mothership floating above it. And the beacons, you can't see them, you're too far away. The beacons, when you get close enough, will look like it's what's holding it up. And I got some other ideas, but I gotta figure out what I want to do there to build it. And I'm hoping I can get exactly what I want done build before it hits. I got about, I want to say it's about 150 blocks roughly to build with. And I think I'll have enough room to build exactly what I want. I don't think I'm gonna have to cut corners on it.
Press key to return, or controller D-pad right to open chat.
Who knows? Maybe some of that was caused from rebooting Google. Maybe by rebooting the Google Wi-Fi, it needed to download a bunch of shit too. I don't know, but the network does seem to be stabilized. But the thing is, at this point, I've dropped just about 30% of the frames. That it's still better than what my old streams used to be, but it's not really what you're shooting for. Ooh, I forgot that. I haven't figured out. I haven't really figured out a better way to do this, but this here works for me because, like I said, I don't want to. Gold's kind of a rare commodity for me. I don't have like a uber gold farm, and I do not want to throw the gold in there and then have stuff get dropped. You know, basically despawn because it's plugged up the hoppers. I'm pretty sure as slow as this one is, I am getting like 100% of the drops. So far, I haven't plugged anything up with the limited storage I have. Getting close, but see, some of this leather, I can go ahead and throw some of this leather out. I've got almost a row of it, and I just don't need that much of it. But the quartz, I hate to throw out, even though but you know, I've gotten so much quartz. I'm used to playing on console, so quartz and a few other things are pretty rare commodities. Like I don't usually like to use quartz for quartz blocks. And with the trading the way it is, you don't have to. But I'm actually getting so much of this that in theory, I could use quartz to make quartz blocks because I've got so much of it laying around. And oh yeah, I never finished that thought that I had earlier. I don't know what I was doing earlier. I was AFK at the zombie farm, just trying to build up some gold. That was the main reason I was doing it. You get the other stuff with it, but I was mostly doing it for the gold that the drown drop. But what happened was when I got back on, I'm just gonna dump these. I got so much of this shit I don't need it, and I don't want to keep running back and forth to the other one. That one I'm on stream. I hate to say it, but yeah, I'm just gonna dump this shit. I don't really have a lot of room for it here, and if I don't dump it, I gotta run it, and I'm not running back and forth. One of the guys that occasionally watches me, he was watching one of my earlier streams. This was back when I was on I was either on, still on the Xbox. I'm still running the Twitch app on Xbox, which can't do any overlays. Or it was when I was using the first computer, and there's a lot of shit that did not work on that computer, but it streamed better than what the last one did. It really did. And it really, really did. The other thing I need to do is I need to make sure that the power management is off on the network. That might be part of the problem too. Yeah, I got like 9 Soul Sand 3 books. So I'm just gonna dump this shit. I don't really give a shit about that. All I want is the Blackstone. That's all I'm really doing this for. The other stuff I'll keep. Like I'm gonna throw out the. I'm gonna throw out the leather too. I just don't need that much fucking leather. But yeah, I lost my sword. I honestly God don't know what happened. I kind of fell asleep. This is the way I've been for about the last better part of a week. I would feel halfway decent. I mean, not normal, but for what I feel now with my health, I was feeling halfway decent. Then I'd get real tired and I'd fall asleep. And when I woke up, I'd feel better. And there was like one day, I fell asleep early, uh, woke up for a few hours. My stomach was growling. That's what woke me up. And I ate a little bit, went back to sleep. Woke up at 7, went down and had breakfast or whatever. Climbed back up the stairs, got really fucking lightheaded, wiped out, slept most of the day, and then felt pretty good. But it kind of screwed up my sleep to where I'm basically up until about 5 in the morning again, and I sleep But I'm waking up like 1, 2, 3 o'clock, something like that. It usually takes me a little bit. There's one day I woke up earlier than that. There was just no way I was going to climb stairs when I woke up. I knew I go near the stairs, I'm going to wipe out. Well, today I fell asleep. I lightheaded, passed out, whatever you want to call it. But I basically went to sleep, went under, whatever you want to call it. And when I woke up, my sword was gone. So I don't know if maybe I was playing it, maybe I was doing stuff with it that I don't remember. I don't know, but I went to sleep when I woke up, my fucking sword was gone. So I'm on a backup sword, and that's the other thing I was gonna do. Like when I get done here, I'm probably gonna go dig netherite. I'm not gonna use all the gold, but I am gonna do 4 more stacks. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. I'm not kidding you though. I gotta admit though, I watch that other guy's iron farm or the trading farm. When he makes those guys, when he moves that gold around, these guys get all horny and they start grunting and groaning. They drop just a epic amount of shit. They really, really do. The fire charges, oh yeah, the fire charge. I might actually hook some of those up to a dispenser and see if I can use them to blow up some of those tree farm things. I might try that. I don't know, but I might. I've really got no use for them, and I might see if I can use those to blow up some of the tree spots that I have to constantly go in and carve out. Maybe it'll ease my load a little bit on that. Yeah, normally I would save these, but since I'm streaming, I'm not going to start trying to invent more storage. I've got enough of a chest monster laying around as it is. But I would keep a lot of this, like the potions I like, because I actually the splash ones are not really selling, but somebody pretty much wiped me out on fire potions, fire resistance potions. But like I said, I think I've got 9 of those Soul Speed 3 books, and I'm just normally what I do is I take that stuff over, I unenchant it, I can sell or use the books, and I'm just pitching them right now. Like I said, the one guy was watching me. Like, it was early on my stream, and I've got 7 or 8 double chests full of saddles and 7 or 8 double chests full of totems. And he was watching my stream, and he watched me just throwing this shit out from my raid farm. Because that farm I have at the raid farm, it's an iron farm and a raid farm put together. And the realm that I play on Sundays, I'm not doing that there. At least not. I'm gonna have a pure raid farm, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to drop a little bit faster than what this one does. I might play around with and see what I can get done. But that iron farm, I get iron from it, and I get raid drops. Well, the amount of totems and saddles that I get is just fucking. I mean, I don't even if I used them more, it produces weight because I do occasionally use one, but it has saved me. I usually go through a couple of months, sometimes 1 or 2 a week. And but he sees me throwing them out on the stream, and he's like, "Dude, why are you throwing?" I told him, I go, "Come over here and look." And I showed him. I go, "I've got like all them double chests on." I go, "You got those? See those 2 stacks of double chests?" He goes, "Yeah, there's a lot of them." I go, "Yeah." One side is saddles, and the other side, he goes, totems. I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "I have plenty of that. I don't need to stock." I go, "Down the road, I might expand it and I'll put them in there. But right now, it's just not a high priority." Okay, we're still dropping stuff. I'm not going to put gold in until I see this done. Like I said, I don't want to waste my gold in there if the stuff's going to despawn. And then it was funny. He's like, man, he goes, Biker's kind of in charge of the server now. But at the time, and I really wished he had stayed. And if he comes back, I'll be glad to hear him. He's actually a really good builder. He's really good to have on the server. He really is. But he was just real strict on, and I might be wrong. This is just my opinion. I don't think I am, but it's just my opinion because they were real gung ho about the shopping district, and I think they were under the impression that it would be a lot more serious, the way it's portrayed in like Hermitcraft. But I've actually watched a lot of the Hermitcraft guys, and my understanding of it is a lot of that stuff they do, they make it look more serious than what it is. And the shopping district is one of them because if you watched as much of it as I did, by all means, I have not watched every episode. When I was working and when I was healthier, I was watching the currents. I think I started watching them like season 4. And I think they're on 6 or 7 now, but I started watching them on season 4. And when I got through with season 4 and I started watching season 5, I actually went back and I didn't watch, Mumbo Jumbo is the one I watched the most. Because the main reason I started watching those things, I wanted to learn about Redstone. That was more of an interest to me. And the thing with Redstone is now it doesn't do me as much good to watch his stuff because before when I was on console, it wasn't as much of a difference. But now that I was on the PS4. But now that I'm on the Bedrock version on Xbox, there's a lot of difference. So a lot of their builds won't work. So I'm better off watching Foxy or Silent Whisper. I watch more of their stuff because their builds will actually work on this server as is. Where once I got on Bedrock, just about anything I build from those guys, I either have to figure out how to change it, and if it's a complex build, I can't, or it just ain't gonna work. Like hopper elevators, they work differently on Bedrock because there's no quasi connectivity. There was on the PS4 on the console edition. You had that quasi. There were certain things that didn't work. Like pistons worked a little bit different. You didn't have that thing where you could spit out a block with a quick pulse and leave it there, and then have the sticky piston pick it up the next time. There was none of that because they just didn't have it. And like the hopper elevator, the quasi connectivity would make it work. But if I build one of those Java versions of a hopper elevator, because I used to build them on the PlayStation 4, and I built one once Bedrock came in, and it doesn't work. I have to alter it because half the hoppers wouldn't fire because they weren't quasi connected anymore. You actually need a direct connection, so the build has to change. Yeah, as soon as these guys get done spitting this out, then I'll move on. I might be falling asleep. As soon as I get real tired, I'm gonna have to quit. But usually I can get like an hour and a half, and that's where I'm at now. And I start getting lightheaded. But if I can, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go dig some netherite, and then if I get the netherite dug, I might go looking for some glowstone. Because if I get some more glowstone, I can add on lights to the sorting system back at the raid farm. I've made some pretty good strides on that lately. But I need this black rock I don't know how much of I'm going to need yet, because I don't know if I'm going to build the whole ship in black or if I'm just going to do some of it in black. I'm still trying to work out a color scheme. It needs to look good with the ziggurat build, but I don't know how much sand. I've got plenty of sandstone, but color scheme wise, I'm not sure. I've been thinking about building more of it in quartz, and I don't know. I just don't know. That might look good. Might use honey blocks in it. I'm not sure. But that's where I'm at right now with it. I might even put some. You know, the one thing that they do not trade that I wish they did was that that gold flecked. You find them in the what is it, the basalt ruins or whatever, the big black structures that got those fucking piglin ass pounders, the ones with the big fucking axe. Piglin brutes, that's what they're called. Yeah, I'm still dropping frames. Like I said, this was working. This was working fine until after that update. I don't know. This might be why the other ones weren't working any better. It might have been as soon as Windows gets updated to a certain amount, these older processors. And the one thing I might be able to do is I might be able to go in and strip out Cortana and some others. But I'm going to see if there's like maybe some of the stuff needs to be reinstalled. I don't know. And so this thing might be downloading updates right now. As far as I know, I thought it was fully updated, but like I said, it just came up and told me it needed an update the other day. This pisses me off though. But there's some videos out where they actually tell you how to. They tell you how to strip all this. You know, basically you can strip Windows down, like you can strip out Cortana and some of the other stuff, and that might be the way to go because I really don't use it. And I'd much rather have a functioning stream than this Windows bloat that I don't need. If my head was clear, because that's like some of this stuff I cannot do it. Some of the stuff I was trying to do in the winter, between the, I don't know if it's the cold or the walking, and I'm not even really. If I shovel, it's worse. But when I go out to clear the snow, because the person that owns the place, the family member that's keeping me alive right now, they've got they've got some more serious. They're older, you know. They've got more serious health problems than me. And you know, the fact is, if you know, if they die, I'm gonna die. So I have to, you know, it's between me and them. It's gonna be me. I don't feel safe to drive most of the time. And then one day during the winter, uh, she really felt she needed to go somewhere, and she was worried about driving in the weather the way it is. And I go, well, if you want to go, I go, you gotta wake me up. I go, I can drive. She goes, oh, do you feel good to drive today? I go, well, no, but I go, if the car's gonna go off the road, I go, I think it's better if I take the hit from the airbag than you. And then I don't know if she decided to drive then or not, but it's like, you know, that's the way I was honestly looking at it. It's like, look, you know, you're not feeling comfortable. And I think the roads weren't nearly as bad as what they were predicting, but that was just my whole comment. I meant it sincerely. It's like, look, if one if one of us has to take, if one of us has to take the hit, it's better if it hits me because, this is the way I'm being real practical on this. It's like if they die, I'm dead anyway. So, at least this way I go out without having to starve or, I mean, it's just a better way to go. I hate to be, cruel about it, but it's like that's literally the better way to go on it. There's no other logical way to look at it. Um, I don't really know any other way to view it. There's no subtle, nice way about it. And
Press T, return, or controller D-pad right to open chat.
I'm just gonna throw this shit out. If I needed those for the gold farm. Uh, Actually, I'll go up there. I got time to kill. I need to get some more. If we're gonna, especially if this is gonna go on, like that's the old sorting system for the raid farm. I need to go reclaim that shit because occasionally I do need comparators. And the village for the iron farm and the raid farm is above here, and this is basically based on Silent Whispers iron farm. If you go look at his newer iron farms, that's basically what's up there. And right now, I've expanded it. I've got 2 levels of villagers, or 3 levels of it. It's either 2 or 3 levels of villagers. Okay, I think it's just 2 levels of villagers. And as soon as I added that second level on there, because I ran the longest time with just one layer, and there was over 20 villagers in it. And I added this second one. This is like, so it's well over 40. I think it's just short of 50 villagers here. Oh my God, I don't think I get 5, but I'm getting at least, like with the raid farm going, these guys don't have a chance to build up. And they just don't. They do not have a chance to build up. And what happened is, with the raid farm isn't running, I can sometimes get 3 or 4 iron farm or iron golems built up in here. But when the raids come through, they die a lot faster. I don't think they spawn as much at night. I think that might be either a fix or a glitch. Because I'm using the ones that are supposed to let these things spawn at night, but I don't get nearly as many golems at night. And but yeah, when the raids come through, the raids kill the iron golems a little bit faster. And I get a little bit of loss if they die here because there's one block in there that doesn't have any water on it. For the most part, the ice, if they're moving a little bit, the ice in there lets them go. Yeah, here they come. But the iron golems are held in there, so any iron golems that spawn get killed by the raids. And then the other thing I went and did is there was one spot where they would spawn, and that's why you've got the leaf difference over there. And then I basically put these in, and I needed the trap doors to get those guys to drop out. But I get a little bit of drops from it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna throw this shit out too. Okay, I don't know why those are in, but this is the one I usually take with me when I go. This is the one I usually take with me when I go and get netherite. This is why I don't fly too much on the server. Every now and then, and there's a bit of lag at my base. I ain't gonna lie, I know it. But even if I'm not on my base, there are times that I hit the button right away to open up my elytra, and I fall quite a few blocks before it kicks in. Well, if you're in the nether or in the end, that could actually get you killed. Same thing if you're jumping and using rockets to start. There's a lot of times where I do that, and again, it's not where I'm at my laggy base. It's elsewhere. And what happens is you jump, the rocket will kick you up in the air, and then the wings will decide that they're not really open, and you will fall again. I'm sorry, if this thing picks you up off the ground with the rocket, that should be an indication that your wings are deployed, but it isn't the way it works. See, like that, they opened right at the end. I fell all that distance. I hit the button right after I jumped, but they didn't decide to open until I was almost on the ground. Then they decided, like, oh, we'll actually do what we're supposed to. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is the shit. You know, it's like, so when Mojang came out and said, hey, we're not going to release this update or at least part of it because it's not working, I'm like, you know what? That is the proper attitude. You should do that way more often. And the other thing I'll do is I'll make sure and go into the, you know what, I'm going to do that right now because that I can find pretty quick. I'm going to go make sure something else is switched off and it didn't get accidentally turned back on. Okay, as far that dropped frame rates, but that was right when I was switching back. That might have been just from switching scenes or whatever. But the game settings did not, because that was one thing I found when I was setting this one up. Is I read somewhere that uh, if you're playing on if you're doing this on the computer, you want to make sure, like with OBS, you want to shut off the game bar and the glass capture things. And as far as I know, I've got them shut off. Yeah, if this is still doing this, I might not do it on the bonus streams, but if this is still doing this on my regularly scheduled streams, I'm gonna just have to start putting certain things on a timeout when I'm streaming, because I've restricted it as much as I can, and if that's what it is, like I said, when I shut off a certain device earlier, everything went green until I re-enabled it. I needed ham anyways. Oh crap. Oh, the lag's gonna fuck with me now. I'm not kidding you. That there, I think, might be between my computer and the server. Because like I said, I got disconnected the other day, and usually if the server, like every time the server's been disconnected, BC will make a, hey, I don't know how that happened, but he acknowledges it. He never did, and like I said before, because usually he'll comment like, oh, I'll get it up as soon as I can, or oh, it's back up now, and there was no comment. It was suddenly back on. So I think that was actually an issue between that part of the internet and where I'm at. But the funny thing is, Biker lives in the same area, I think, because they're cousins. And I think he had problems getting on too. So maybe it was down and he just didn't have time to chit chat about it. Yeah, see, there's another. I don't know if you call it a bastion. Maybe it's not a bastion. Maybe it's just one of those basalt areas. For all the bitching I'm doing, for the most part, the stream looks a lot better, even though it's dropping frame rates. Yeah, I ended up putting in a cobblestone road because the if there's a little bit of lag, It was basically killing me. Yeah, the lag is killing me here. It's killing me, Smalls. It's killing me. Ain't no lag on that one. Yes, sirree. Got him. You know, the next thing I got to do, since this computer seems to work a lot better than the other one, I got to figure out a way to edit stuff on here so I can make the finished product just a little bit better. Okay, now the last couple times I came down here, when I started this, I was getting better drops on this side than that side. That's why most of this isn't dug out. Well, I dug these up, and I was getting hardly anything. And then what happened is after 2 or 3 mining trips where I didn't get hardly squat, I tried the other side, and I was getting a lot better drops over there. I was getting a lot more debris. And so I started, but I'm going to go back over here because I can actually use the these little bastards, man. They what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to get myself a little Scooby snack because I'd like to keep. I'm going to start to fade, and I just might not be able to do what I want. But if I can keep functioning, chat's going to get a little bizarre, or maybe drop off. I'm going to do the best I can, but I'm going to go get myself a little Scooby snack, and I'm going to see if I can power on because I've already been on 2 hours. This is the longest stream I have done in a long time. The longest playing. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to go, but I'm going to see if I can get enough debris so I can get my sword turned into netherite. And let me see what else I got. I've got a second pick, a sword now because I lost that sword today, and a hoe that I would like to turn netherite. So I'm gonna see if I can get enough to at least turn one of them into netherite. And if I can, I don't think I'm gonna do the glowstone because most of that you're up in the air, and I just don't think I'm going to have the coordination and the concentration to do that. But the mining is pretty straightforward. If I start talking about strange things, it's probably true, but I'm also probably not going to remember it tomorrow. So take anything I say with a grain of salt. It might be stuff that I wouldn't be saying if I was healthier. You know, like if I hadn't been drugged by a bunch of fucking worthless shitbags when I was working for being a whistleblower. But yeah, I'll be back as quick as I can. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna finish eating real quick. Cat must not be hungry tonight because anytime after 5, she's usually on you because that's her breakfast time, give or take. If nobody wakes up, she might come up and bug me. Now, if she does, I might end the stream then. But she really didn't. She was out in the kitchen though, where she'd been sleeping in a chair in the living room. I think she might have left the living room. My brother came in, but he his snoring and that might have been bothering her. I don't think he's got it on. He has one of these CPAP devices, and they kept trying to send him out of state. Now, granted, we live pretty close to the border, but instead of driving 20 minutes to either the hospital or the clinic, in the clinic, well, they got a hospital down there. Most of their medical needs are done at the clinic, and then anything they have to, they send you to the hospital down there. But technically where they go, it's another town. But again, we live right on the edge of town too. But it's got a better hospital. The death rate at the one that's in town is pretty fucking horrible compared to others. One guy I worked with years ago, he almost died because he went into the one in town. That's where our insurance insisted you go because they had a higher death rate. It was cheaper. He went in with stomach pains, and he went in like 2 or 3 times, and they kept telling him to go home and follow up with his regular doctor. Well, it was either the third or fourth time. It was the last time he went into the emergency room. He's basically like, I'm not leaving until you do something. This isn't going away. Well, I finally got someone out of a nap or something who actually knew something about medicine. Apparently his appendix was bad. And so they basically sent him in for surgery for the appendix. And what happened was he almost died. I mean, he absolutely almost died. And because it burst right as they got him open. And it sounds like if he hadn't gotten in right when he did, he probably would have died. I might go back and get another totem. Like I said, I can't react. The way I'm feeling, I can't react as fast as I probably should. And the other thing is the fucking lag is killing me on this because normally when I see that lava, I just dig like this. And what happened was, I thought I should. Normally, what would happen is I would dig underneath it, and then it would quit coming. And so I waited for it, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. Yeah, sometimes when I mine, this stuff pops back out. And again, it could be if there's. He's asleep anyways. Let me see. There was one device left on the server or on the Wi-Fi. And it might be my computer because I just disabled the one last device and it isn't making this any better. Okay, this might be related to what I was experiencing. Here's one of the rare times where it might be actually this thing. I kind of wonder if maybe there's updates that are. I won't know until I actually get some clue. As soon as I get done, though, I will reboot. I don't think it's done that. Oh, if anybody's watching this later and you make it this far, and one, first of all, I am a huge fucking fan for you watching my shit for this long. If you're catching it later on Twitch, I'm grateful. I'm glad that you're here. I just want to say that I'm glad you're here. But if you are going to watch this after the stream, I would appreciate it if you would go over to YouTube and watch it afterwards there. And if you're doing it later after this stream, hopefully you'll be getting definitely a better stream because, like I said, I'm going to try and record these while I stream. And then if it's a night like tonight where the internet's dropping frames, I'm losing just about a third of the frames, and I know it's in spots, but if it's a case like that, you will get it without the drops because the recording shouldn't be suffering. Because here's the thing, and I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but Twitch just does not give a shit how many people watch it after the stream. I think that's a mistake, but you know what? They don't really care what I think. But on the other hand, YouTube loves it when you watch stuff anytime. And I'd actually get credit for it. So if you're watching this on Twitch, I would appreciate if you would basically, you got to wait a couple days. Let's be honest with you. It, it's going to be it's going to be the same stream in a couple days. But if you go over to YouTube, they actually give me credit for it. And I think because of the logistics of everything, I think I'm going to have better luck on YouTube anyways. I really do. If I can make stuff that people actually want to watch time after time after time, because for whatever reason, I generally get more views after than during. That's just the way it works. So I've got people that are nice enough to go and watch this afterwards. Well, if you did it on YouTube, you'd be helping me out. I cannot stress that enough. This is going to piss me off. I want to do a lot of mining. I do feel better now that I'm eating. Still lightheaded. I wonder if this is something that came up with the last update. If they got this, this has been a zombie bug that has just come back and back and back. This one where you have these blocks after you mine them want to come back. That has been a zombie bug that has just not wanted to go away. Like they get rid of it, and then like an update or two later, it's back again. I hope it's not because this is an annoying fucking bug. I only got a little bit of red forest. I'm just gonna dig one tunnel. If I can't, I'm not gonna dig multiple tunnels because I'm unless this quits. Because I'm not just gonna do a lot of streaming where I've got these fucking blocks trying to reposition themselves after they've been broken. Not to mention my pick won't survive it. Unless this is a better bug, the way this used to work, your pick your tool got dinged for digging it. And then when it got replaced and you dug it again, your tool got dinged again for digging it. Like it would put the block back, but it wouldn't put the durability back on your tool. And that's like that bug hits you twice. That's a really shitty bug to have. Okay, if you're gonna come in the Nether and dig this stuff up, make sure you put. Oh, I got protection, not fire protection on this. Okay, that explains. Usually I put fire protection on my gold helmet. I'm going to have to redo that. I don't know how that happened either. I don't know. Maybe I need to reinstall shit, and I might need to go and make sure that there isn't like this piece of shit. I need to go and make sure I don't need to reinstall stuff because of this. That might be another thing that I need to do. I don't know. I was gonna dig a couple here and then go dig the other side, try and get that netherite, but it's like, not if this fucking lag's gonna keep up. This might be as far as I can go. Yeah, I bet you there's lava above all of that. Yeah, that's as far as I can go here. Okay. Yeah, there wasn't any nether right here. I would be willing to dig more, but not on the stream. I don't know what's going on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off. I was kind of hoping, I figured that, what was that old saying? It was, we'll try to find fruit in failure. And because the computer was acting up, I figured, well, I'll just stream later, and then, maybe it's a better time to stream, and I'll pick up a few more viewers, and I was hoping maybe I would actually see that it's just a better time to stream at night. That does not appear to be the case. So I'm going to go ahead and end this, and then I'll take a look at the analytics later and see what happened. Maybe some. That's the thing, this thing basically tells me I got one follower, and and I was watching a thing on this on YouTube. It was someone actually trying to help out people with streaming, and they said that Twitch counter's just shit. They go, they said just turn it off. Don't even bother having it on, because they said you might have more viewers than it's telling you. Because I've had it where it doesn't tell me that I have somebody watching until they're already gone. Like I'll see that I got like two or three people following. I'll start to say hi, and as soon as it literally just came on, and as soon as I see that I got them, I'll start talking, and there's no response, and then like a minute later, it'll say that I'm back down to my normal numbers. Uh, Peace out, and I hope everybody has a better day tomorrow.